Okay, now let's see in which resolution this video is going to work. GUVC video. Okay, perfect. Hey! Greetings everybody, Nicholas from Serbia. Привет всем из Сербии. У меня русский есть такой плохой, но можно поговорить чуть-чуть нормально. И видео работает. Yeah, video is working. Well, we're gonna continue our Calculate and Gentoo Linux saga. Now, the next thing that I wanted to show you guys about Gentoo Linux and the way that it's easy to work with it. Why I say this? Anybody who used Linux before, especially who is used to Debian distributions, knows that the package management system is a little bit simplified or simply made for average users. There's even .deb Debian packages which you can open up literally with single or double click, same like in Windows, the executive files, and they will install by default, right? But the whole magic of running everything from the source, compiling and installing from the source, and the whole freedom is actually that you really get what you want and nothing else plus. Nobody can force you or force a piece of software inside your machine, right? At least this is my personal opinion. So when you install a Gentoo or Calculate Linux operating system on your machine, and when you start to learn how to configure it properly, how to configure it for how to configure the looks of it, the looks of the desktop, depending on the desktop environment that you're in and that you're using. As I said, I like to use the XFC for desktop, and I like to customize it as much as I can for my own personal needs to make it look the way I like it, right? To make it work the way I want it, and to set up all my custom applications. Sorry, my cell phone dropped. My custom applications and all my custom shortcuts, to set them up, let's say, in a small panel like this one here. It was there by default, but I actually, upgraded it just a little bit, gave it a few more commands for launching the programs and shortcuts and stuff. I added, beside the standard menu, I added the whisker menu, which I actually like. I mean, the XFC whisker menu is really nice. You can set it up to hover and change the categories, just by walking your mouse over the categories. It can do that. Setting up the XFC is really, easy. But Gentoo or Gentoo based, as Calculate Linux is, the thing that I said about being reliable, it is really a stable operating system. First of all, I support this whole rolling release distribution thing, meaning that you get, even if you want, every day or every second day or every week, new stuff coming via the updates or the update console, or if you manually provoke an update or check for it, you will get the latest kernel versions, which I actually think is really important for Linux. To stay on top of everything else, you actually need all the time the bleeding edge kernel. And the repositories are refreshed all the time, as I managed to figure out so far. I'm not using this for a very long time. I did give it a couple of short opportunities in the past time, and then I returned to Debian, Slackware, and Arch Linux, and then I finally decided now to get back to Gentoo and give it one more shot, because I was thinking, oh, I look nice, because I was thinking that I'm not the one who's giving it enough opportunity, and it turned out to be exactly that. As soon as I installed it for the first time, when I saw the speed after a critical large update and the first reboot, when the proper graphics drivers were installed and all of the hardware was working correctly and nice and stable, after the first major update and a reboot, the system settled down and it was working so fast, with a minimum time to response for your command. Everything is just popping up, As I said, I have an average machine, nothing too strong, nothing too powerful. Core 2 Duo Intel processor, 6 gigs of RAM, and the only thing that's fast on this computer is an SSD hard drive, which is a Kingston HyperX Fury. It's brand new. I actually bought it to put a Linux on it, to have it as my primary operating system. And it turned out it works really well. So far, no bugs whatsoever. Now, this operating system is on my machine for approximately 7 days, I think so. First it was Cinnamon desktop, and now it's the XFC desktop. In general, it is really stable. I mean, all of the software that I generally used on other Linux distros, and which I really like, and which is my day-to-day based, applications and software, you can also find in the Gentoo repositories and the calculator repositories also. And I like this fact, everything is there. Just type in the command to search for a package, check for it anyway, and then just type emerge name of the package. It's going to, as I explained before, it's going to finish all of your installation, automatically install the dependencies, and in the end it's going to do an automatic cleanup, which I believe is a good option, since I didn't notice that Debian-based operating systems do the same thing. You do have to clean manually your apt cache, your residual information from your packages, or you can call it junk. For me, it's junk. Everything that's been replaced, and if it's not needed anymore, why should it stay on your hard drive? My belief is that average day-to-day user needs to run its machine as clean as possible, as stable as possible, and with the minimum amount of resources spent by the system, so you have everything else for yourself. So when you switch on some application and you want to work with something, it's working nice, and stable. Anyways, this is just a short update. More videos to come. Big thanks to all my brothers from Russia. Thumbs up. Yay! And I really like the work that you guys are doing with the Gentoo and Calculate Linux. До свидания. And until the next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.